What's good everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with another tier list. Today we'll be looking at the players that cost 800 plus shards. That includes players that cost 800, 1000, 1250 and 1500 shards, which is the cap at the moment. And I really hope it stays that way because it still is an insane amount of shards. And as you can see, I have removed the names of the tiers from S, A, B and C because I think it was a little bit misleading because when people saw supremacy, they just assumed that this is going to be a tier list for players that are absolute supremacy. Like when they see a striker in the S tier and it says supremacy, they just assume that it is going to be the best striker in the game. But the main point of these tier lists is that we are covering the shards amount. Shards amount is the main topic, not the performance. Sure, performance is also a factor, but it is second in the pecking order of these cards. The most important thing is the price tag, or you can say the shards to over ratio. But I can't keep explaining that in every video, so I'm just going to put the criteria right about somewhere here so that I don't have to talk about it every time, and those who watch the video for the first time can at least get an idea about the criteria of the players that are being ranked in these tiers. Now, without wasting any time, let's start this video because it is going to be a long one. We got a lot of options here. So let's start the tier list, and to make it quick, I am going to put Gullit and Marco van Basten in the S tier right away because we all know these are one of the best cards in the game currently. And even though Gullit costs 1500 shards, which is a lot, it is just an absolute perfect card, and I'm sure I don't have to explain why this guy is in the S tier. Second up is Van Basten, and he is surely in the S tier of course because this guy is one of the best, if not the best striker in the game currently. He's got a 5-star weak foot, amazing pace, great physical and a 5-star weak foot, and a price tag of only 1250 shards, which is the standard for 109 cards. So I think it's clear that Van Basten is also in the S tier. Next up, I want to talk about Donnarumma, and I'm probably gonna put him in the B tier because he's a 108 goalkeeper, and honestly I had a lot of expectations from this card because normally, as history would suggest, this guy is always super OP, but this time I don't know why, for some reason I didn't feel like this guy was the best. So for a 108 card who costs 1000 shards, I think he has to be at least consistent to be in the A category. So I think Donnarumma should be in the B tier. But so far we don't have any good choices for goalkeepers, so I don't think he has a lot of competition to not put him in the A tier. So I think he would stay in the B tier, but we will have to wait and see if a good goalkeeper card comes. So I think it's safe to put him in the A tier as well, but it is a difficult choice. I think I'm still gonna put him in the B tier for now because he cost a lot for a 108. Next up, I want to talk about Davis, and he also cost 1000 shards and he's also 108. So I think performance wise you could say he's S tier because he's the fastest left back in the game. His defending is decent, great stamina, I mean everything is kind of perfect for him. But still he cost a lot for a 108. But then again, we don't have any competition for him right now. So I think for now I am going to put him in the S tier. But in case a good left back comes for less than 1000 shards and he's also 108 or more, this guy is gonna be updated into the A tier. But currently I think S tier would be justified. Next up, I think I should talk about all the right wingers because we've got plenty. Alawairon, he's sorry, I had a pop-up. So I was saying that Alawairon, and then we got Dembele, Jarzinho and Mo Salah, and we have to talk about all of these cards. Alawairon cost 800 and same goes for Dembele, but who wins between these two guys? I think it would be Alawairon, and I'm going to put Alawairon in the S tier because he is the fastest winger in the game. Also, his dribbling feels extremely smooth. Not saying Dembele isn't smooth, but Al-Owairan feels smoother than Dembele. And I think I can't put two right wingers in the same category, or can I? I'm still not sure about that, because the whole point of these tiers is to remove the confusion that people normally have when they have shots. For example, if you have 800 shots and you want a right winger, you're going to be in a lot of confusion what to get. And this is why I make these tier lists, so that people can make choices easily and have a good insight. And if they see two right wingers who cost same and are the same over in the same tier, it's still gonna cause a confusion. But both of these players have a little bit of a different profile. I think Al-Owairan wins the battle of effectiveness of prime, but Dembele also brings a lot of versatility because he's got a 5-star weak foot. You can switch him on either side of the pitch during the game and he won't disappoint on either side. So I think for now, I am going to put both of these guys in the S tier. Salah is in the A tier, and Jorginho, I think I really want to put him in the B tier. Because if we talk about stats, he's got better stats than all of these guys. But still, for some reason, his gameplay doesn't feel as good as it should be. And he also costs 1250 shards, which is not bad for a 109 because that's the basic price tag. But still, his performance is lackluster for some reason. Maybe it was just me, but if you felt the same about him, please do let me know down in the comments. But I think he's going to be staying in the B tier because his biggest problem is the weak foot, because he's a right winger with a right strong foot, so that is also not helping his case. And if we talk about Salah, then this guy costs 1000 shots, so I can't really put him on par with these two guys because obviously they bring more value. But still, I think his performance is way better than Jorginho. He feels really good, so I'm going to put Salah in the A tier. Then we got Beckham. He's also going in the A tier. He's a great CDM in my opinion. He's got great pace, great defending. His awareness is his strongest aspect. When I was playing with this guy, he felt so good in terms of awareness. He was always in the right position, and despite having high attacking work rates, I didn't see him moving too much in the attack. He was always in the right defensive position. So I think this guy is definitely A tier. Next up, let's talk about Beckham, and I just want to put him in the C tier because he's an RM. He cost 1000 shots, which is the cheapest for a 109, but sadly this guy doesn't work too well on the wings. I think LMs and RMs need a major overhaul in this game, and turning a CM into RM is not going to help. This guy is not worth getting. Next up, let's talk about the strikers. We've got Kane, and we also got Alexander Isak. Now, these two cards are extremely different. Kane is not so good, and I think it is difficult because I think C would be super harsh for him because he's not that bad, but he's not good enough to be in the A tier. Now, the problem is that even if I put him in the B tier, there are just so many good striker cards. For example, you got Isak. Even though he cost 1000 shots, he's still one of the best strikers in the game. He's even on par with Van Basten, but his stamina really lets him down and he can only last about 50 to 60 minutes. So that is why he's in the A tier. But if we talk about Kane, then I don't know what to do with this guy. His pace is not good enough, his dribbling is very sluggish. The only thing that seems good about this card is the shooting, and even that for some reason doesn't feel that good. And I don't know what to do about this card, because if you wanted a 108 striker, why would you pay 800 shots for Kane when you can get a great striker like Dalglish, and he only cost 450 shots? So I think that is criminal, and for that reason I would definitely put this guy in the C tier. He is not worth getting. Next, let's talk about more S tier guys, and those are definitely going to be Lucio and Thuram. And don't have to talk much about these guys, they are perfect, they are the best cards in their positions, and they don't really need much of a review from me. Next up, let's talk about Van Dijk, and I'm also going to put him in the C tier. And please don't lose your minds over it, because I'm not putting him in the C tier because of his performance. If these were performance rankings, he would 100% be in the A tier, but in terms of value, this card is not worth getting because he cost 800 shots and he's 107. You can get a 107 center back for only 300 shots, so why would you pay 500 extra shots for a 107 center back? And even if you wanted to spend 800 shots, there are going to be many more options for that amount, and they are also going to be higher in over. So a 107 VBD is still not worth spending 800 shots. Lastly, we've got Thierry Henry and Ribéry, and both of them I think are going in the A tier. I am gonna get a lot of hate for Henry because Henry or Henry, his name is also pronounced as Henry, but let's say Henry for now. And as I was saying, I am going to get a lot of hate once again because many are gonna say he is the best left winger in the game, so why he's in the A tier? Well, for starters, he cost 1500 shots. And I think if you're spending 1500 shots, you should get a player that is just perfect. And Henry is not perfect. He's got weaknesses. His dribbling is not even close to being the best in the game. I can literally name 10 or 15 players in the game who have better defending than Henry. So that is one of the reasons. And also, my friend packed him and he's been using him for a while now. And even he said that this guy is in S tier for 1500 shots. He's also playing him in the striker position because he says he doesn't feel as good on the left wing. But this can change too. If you guys think Henry should be in the S tier, just let me know down in the comments as well, and we will change that in the next week's update as well. And for Ribéry, I think he's also in the A tier because, first of all, he's short and weak. He loses the ball very quickly, and his stamina is also only 4 stars, so that is also a bit of a problem. Other than that, for 1250 shots, I think he's really good, but still, if you're spending 1250 shots for a left winger, you would want him to last at least about 80 minutes in the game. So I think we've covered all these players, and I would really like to see your guys' views on this tier list, which is obviously based on the overall value and not just the performance itself. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video with your friends, and I will see you guys in the next video.